This is Frisco Live 415. This afternoon, while biking down Market Street, we stumbled onto a scene involving a citizen in crisis at 5th and Market Street in downtown San Francisco. Not only did the citizen in crisis capture my attention, but I also obviously noticed that there were other people observing and documenting the scene, and putting two and two together, I realized that I had run into reporters from the SF Chronicle in action.
PIO 1, can you show me out with an unconscious subject on the medium at 5th and Market and stand by for additional resources if needed?
5th and Market, stand by.
A1 PIO 1, I will be clearing. However, the subject who identifies as male and it gives a first name of Corinne would like a street team to come talk to him eventually. He will be at Market and 5th Street and is wearing a gray sweatpants, white shoes, and a black top. He is about 25 years old.
Because I was listening to the scanner in real time, I realized that it was San Francisco Public Information Officer Captain Baxter that had responded to this citizen in crisis, and I decided to chase him down to see if I could nab an interview on what we just witnessed.
So, good morning. My name is Captain Baxter, San Francisco Fire Department Media Affairs. Just a moment ago, you saw San Francisco Fire Department, myself, interacting with a community member. That interaction was what we call an on-view, as I'm responding to another incident in a non-emergent manner. I observed an individual who was laying over one of our street covers that has steam coming out. We see a lot of people do that to stay warm.
Yep.
However, this person's leg and arm was in the roadway, and a vehicle in front of us almost ran that person's leg and arm over.
Yeah.
I approached the individual, introduced myself, woke the individual up. The individual was cognitive. He was able to answer all my questions. That individual was offered multiple resources, such as getting an ambulance to take them to a hospital, having a street team come out and talk with them, moving to a different location. I even offered them water and snacks, all of which was refused. At that point, the individual is what we call extremely cognitive, does not require being transported against their will to a hospital or under what we call implied consent. He was able to answer all my questions. He thanked me for being compassionate. Those were his words, and I left the scene. Although he did say he does not want one of our street teams to come check him out, I am having one of our street teams in their course actually come check on the individual.
Yeah.
We want our street teams to engage with people who are in need or who may be in need, so that they know that they have resources available for them. Our hope is that with engagement we can build trust, and with trust we can get people who don't necessarily trust the system and want to go into a shelter or get some services to actually understand that we are there for them and go get those services.
Where do you think the level of mistrust, is it because you are part of government technically, or why do you, and my angle with that question is, would he accept services from a non-profit that's not necessarily the fire department?
For me, that would be a speculative response if I just say it's this or that.
Right.
My experience in 30 plus years in emergency service is an individual will build their own distrust based off of their life experiences. Mm-hmm. Others will build their distrust based off of what others say or have done. What we control is how we interact with those people at that moment. I just had a positive interaction with that individual. I'm hopeful that individual will remember that he had a positive interaction. Our street teams will come out, or city services will come out, have that positive interaction. And with that, we're building that trust within that individual. It's up to that individual to build their trust. It's not up for us. But we can control how we engage with, how we interact with these individuals, so we can get to that medium where they will be acceptable of the many services that we have in San Francisco.
Yeah. From a personal human level, if you're willing to answer this, how it would hurt me to walk away from that situation. It would be tough. How do you feel about that?
It is hurtful because you want to help, especially public servants. We take this job because we want to help people, no matter what the uniform is. If you're fire department, EMS, police department, social services, we took this job because we want to help people out. I know that person's struggling. However, that person at this time in their life does not want the services that we have to provide to them, and I have to accept that. However, I can also continue to engage with services, which is getting our street teams to come out after I leave. Being respectful of that individual's wishes to, I'm okay, I don't want any more services, thank you for offering, thanks for being compassionate, again, his words, and leaving the scene. I'll now have another crew come up, which is our street team. Sometime today, they're going to engage with that individual, offer them services. It may be the exact same outcome, but that person is now seeing that there's more people like myself that he engaged with that are there for them.
Was there anything in particular they said they needed, or just a flat decline of all?
That individual just didn't want any services at all. Again, we go through a step process, make sure they can wake up. He woke up, make sure that they're cognitive, he's cognitive. Let them know that, my first name, my last name, who I'm with, I'm there to help them out. Do they want help? Get a response, which he gave me a response. Offer them services such as, let's get you to a hospital where we can have you checked out, where we can have some services. That's refused. We have a street team, let's have a street team come talk to you. That's refused. What can I do for you? I don't want anything at all. So we're offering them a lot of services, but again, we build that trust and we can't force them to take those services.
Okay. Thank you. I'll let you get back to the Chronicle, guys.
Right,
good to see you.
Have a good one.
Take care.
After Captain Baxter graciously gave us an on-the-spot interview, we trekked back to 5th and Market, and by the time we arrived, members of the Street Crisis Response Team and Homeless Outreach Team were already on scene engaging with the citizen in crisis.
Shower and eat some food. Change your clothes. Get a bed. Get a bed. Get a bed.
While it took some time and convincing from both the crisis interventionists and fellow citizens, the citizen in crisis did in fact accept help and soon walked to the van to receive some services.
You love this, the hot spot. Oh my God!
What were you encouraging him to get? Hot shower? And
They offering everything. That's gonna be better. Response team. You can get a shower, you can get food, you can get clothes, you can get a bed. But they can't make you take it. You have to want it.
you have to want it.
Yes.
You can't force it.
Can't force it.
Even if they're lying here.
If they're lying there.
What's your name? What's your name?
Roy.
Roy Frankie.
All right,
Nice to
Frankie.
meet you.
Yeah.
And I saw you. You praised the God. I saw you. You're thankful.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
It's good to see him get help.
Yeah, it could be us, so yeah.
Could be any of us.
Any of us, yeah.
All right. Take care, guys.
Stay strong.
You too.
Thank you for watching Frisco Live 415.